Very good afternoon, my dear students. So today I'm going to discuss about the introducing to emerging trend. Under the introducing to emerging trend, today's topic is machine learning. Okay, so how we can use this particular thing in the emerging trend? Emerging trend means what we are finding nowadays that we are using. So machine learning, what do you mean by a machine learning is? Machine learning means this is a subsystem of an artificial intelligence. Okay, so this is the subsystem of the artificial intelligence where we find that there are the different types of computers have an ability to learn from the data uses in the statistical what techniques. Then statistical techniques are being used. With the being of the statistical techniques, we can implement this, we can explicit the program by the human being. That means what? This is a comparison algorithm. What we say the machine language. What is the machine language? Machine language means a combination of zeros and ones. That means there are the combinations of those languages where we find it the combination of zeros and ones algorithm is being used. So using that machine language algorithm, we can find it that there are the datas are there on which we can make the what predictions. So seeing the data, we can make the prediction that what pattern of data it is and how we can work on that particular data. One prediction can be made, but it is not said that we can fully say what it will be and how it will be going to do. Suppose 90% prediction can be done. Now 10% depend on the total emissions, isn't it? So this is what we say. That means there is an algorithm. Algorithm means the process. What we can identify, what we can say that particular of algorithm what is there. What we are having when we are doing the algorithm, we call the models. Different pattern of models are there. So those the models what we have. Each and every models what we are doing, we are doing the trained and tested by what using the different type of training the data and testing the data respectively. That means what? That means we can find it that there are the different types of data are there. So with each and every data what we have, that all those data are being tested in a various way. That means we are designing some model in a copy in the paper, and after that we take some those data, and after taking the data we emphasize on those data, we make some calculations, and after making the calculations we find it, we say that this particular thing will going to be, or this particular thing will going to happen. So that is what a machine learning. That means we try to learn how the machine will going to do the access. So after a successful training, what we can find that there will be some result. That particular result will be what? Going to give an accurate level. That means the accuracy level of that particular work will be depend upon the predictions that is done by a new and unknown data. That means some of data are unknown, some are the new data. As we are having the new and unknown data, we find it that all those new and unknown data as we have, each and every new and unknown data that can be utilized, and we can have those new and unknown data in the machine learning process. Okay. So in the machine learning, what we can say is that this particular machine learning system, there can be a learner from the example through which the self improvement and without being explicitly covered by the programmer, isn't it? So that can be explicitly covered by the programmer as it is the name. The name is given to a computer that makes more similar to the humans and the ability to learn. What ability to learn? So see here, there is a data, there is an output. Now what will happen? All will go inside a machine that is called a computer. And when it will go inside, there are some rules are there. Those the rules it will going to follow up. So this is what we say a machine learning. That means we are giving the data, we are giving the output. Now our machine, that the computer will going to compile it. As we will going to find that thing is being compiled, each and every particular section of it is what there are some rules are there. So using those rules, what we can find it that each and every rules are there. Those each and every rules can be implemented in a different way or in a different form. So as they are implemented in a different way, we can find it that those the learning of the process, those the language process, we can find it that each of this particular language process will going to execute in some manner. Okay, they will going to implement in some manner. So each of this implementation of the data, each of this implementation of the part, what we find it that there are the different coding sections are there. So we can use those coding sections and we can implement those coding sections in this particular work. Okay, so we that is the thing that we can implement here. Now, when we are talking about the machine code, when we are talking about the machine language, there is one thing that is called a natural language processor. Okay, natural language processor. Natural language processor, the short form of it is NLP. So that is a prediction type of the future to search the engine that will help us to suggest the next words in the sentence. While typing in a keyboard, what we find the spelling are being checked, isn't it? We find that there are the different type of examples are there with the NLP, and the computer use the human spoken language such as Hindi, English, Bengali, Nepali, all these things, isn't it? So this is what we can find it that there is a possibilities, there is a possible search with the device using the voice. That means you are giving, see, a particular person is sitting here giving the voice, and as the he is giving his voice, based on his voice, what happened, there is the work being done by this particular machine. So this particular machine is doing the voice, is taking the voice and doing the work. So this is what we can find, that is a device. This particular device will going to work with an NLP, that means natural language processor. So this is a system where we find it text to speech, and this and speech to text. That means there are the two system, vice versa system. What is the vice versa system? The text what are there that will be converted into a speech, and the speech what is there that will be converted into a text, isn't it? So this is what the vice versa system is. So based on this vice versa system, what we find, the machine will going to work rapidly and it will going to give an emerging field. A huge field is there. What we find in our mobile, in our high gadgeted mobile or gadgets, we can find that this process or this pattern of work can be done. So there is another fair amount of correctness. If we are doing any mistake, that mistake can be corrected because those the programs has already been fitted in the machine, isn't it? So as those they are connected with an internet, as they are connected with the internet, they can collect it from the different sections. Suppose they are working with a Google, so from the Google they will collect the correct spelling and they will give you the correct spelling. So this is what we can find. There are the different pattern of interactive manners where you find the server is there. Server means the main machine. Okay, server means the main machine is there, and main machine will help you to do the different type of compilations, different type of queries, different type of work which are there in this particular working process of a natural language processor. So in a natural language processor, what we can find it, there is an immersive experiences. What are the that experiences? That your joy of doing the work in a three-dimensional way. The videography that you are doing, that is in a three-dimensional manner. You have seen that the different type of video games are there, isn't it? If you go to the video parlor, different video parlors, you can find that is a three-dimensional work is done. How it is done? You can do it by, suppose you are riding a car, you are riding a bus, or you are riding some other vehicles, and you are experiencing the thing that you are going, actually you are riding, but originally you are not riding, you are just moving the steering, isn't it? You are moving the particular gears, but you are in one place only, but you are feeling it that you are going on that road, on that particular path, on that way, and you are feeling those virtual experiences. Those are the visualizations. What we find in this particular visualizations, that you can use the stimulations, you can use the different type of experiences. Okay, different fields. See here the picture has been shown. The person is working, a person is driving something, and there is a three-dimensional picture. That means here is one picture, here is another picture, He can see the three part. As he can see the three part, he thinks that he is actually or really the thing is been done or the thing is been worked out. Next, what we talk about a virtual reality. Virtual reality means where we can find you are experiencing the thing and you are thinking that they are in front of you itself. So this pattern of glass is been wear. Okay, you can wear this pattern of headset, and are you wearing this pattern of headset? What you can find it that there you see the different type of work, different type of pictures, different type of environment, different type of implementations of the environment. So all these different pattern of implementations of the environment, what you can find it that each and every environment what is there, you can use them and you can implement them. How you can use them? By your brain, by your thought, by your experiences, isn't it? So you are thinking that you are doing that work that is in front of you. You are doing the particular work wearing this headset. You can see it that the thing can be done, isn't it? This is how you can understand the thing and you can learn the thing in a very better way. So what application does a machine learning can do? First and foremost, it is an image recognition. That means whatever the image it is, the image can be easily recognized. Next what? The speech recognition. Next what? The traffic predictions. Next what we can find it, that is the product recommendation. That means product can be recommended. Then for this particular work you can use those products. Then self-driving car. This nowadays now in a market, different car has got the self-driving options also. Then email and spam and malware that will be filtered automatically. Then what we can find, the virtual personal assistant is there. Okay, that means keeping the assistant, instead of keeping assistant, you can keep the virtual assistant with it. Okay, so this is what we can find it, that particular thing can be done. Then stock market. Okay, online frauding case you can easily detect. Okay, mechanical diagnostic and your automatic language translations. So all this work, that image, speech, traffic, production, isn't it? Self-driving, then emailing and malwares, then virtual person, online fraud, stock market, medicine and the diagnosis can be done for this particular medicines is those are the thing can happen, or for this disease you can use those pattern of medicines, isn't it? So this is what your diagnostic can be done by the machine itself. Your automatic language translation also can be done by it. So those are the different area where we find that you have a different type of applications of the machine learners. The machine learners do have a different pattern of application. So as the machine learner has got the different pattern of applications, those the machine learner is using what? The machine learning, there is a cluster. Cluster means it is the most common and unsupervised learning techniques. It is used to explore the data to the final hidden pattern of the group in a data. Application for the cluster analysis, and it is the sequence that you can find the work can be recognized. Classification, you can classify them, you can find out how the thing is working, how the thing is being given to you, what is the trauma is there, what is the different pattern of diseases are there. Then you can find regressions. Regression means a continuous response. You are getting a temperature fluctuating, you are getting the power fluctuating, you are getting the demand of the power fluctuating. So all this particular process, all this particular thing what is there, each and every particular things are there, those the particular thing can be implemented. You can implement those particular thing and you can recognize those particular thing as you are using them and as you are finding it that it can be utilized in a various way. Okay, so those the various way of recognitions, those the various way of recognitions where what you are using and what you are finding, that what you can find, the machine learner has what, the machine learner do has, this machine learner has a super what, unsurprised learning and surprise learning. After that you have a cluster, you have a classification, and you have a regressions. Okay, so this is how you can find the what can be done. So this is what is machine learning. So today's topic we have discussed about the machine learning, about the emerging trends, under the emerging trends and how we can utilize them. This is what about the topic that has been discussed. Thank you, students.